I fell in love with someone who'll put me in the grave, but I wouldn't change a thing. Hi, my name's Sarah. I'm 35. Maybe when you watch my story, I'll already be gone. I'd never really loved anyone before meeting Matt. He flipped my whole universe. Our relationship was very passionate and romantic. After meeting Matt, all else faded into the background. My work, hobbies, friends. We were already thinking about our wedding, a house, kids. We wanted to be a real family, and I was happy until that one awful day. You're infertile. The sentence hit me like a ton of bricks. I couldn't dare believe it. How could life be so cruel? Do I really have to give up on having a family? What if Matt dumps me because I can't have a baby with him? Honey, we're gonna get through this. Matt calmed me down. What matters is that we're together. Maybe we'll adopt a baby, he added, and stunned me. Just don't worry. But that didn't comfort me. I learned to live with the idea that no one would ever call me Mom. It seemed to take forever, but I broke out of this desperate state thanks to my therapist and Matt's support. I thought nothing could knock me down anymore. Turned out it wasn't true. This is incredible. Doc couldn't believe his eyes. You're pregnant. I heard what I once dreamed of. But instead of feeling happy, I got scared. I'd gotten used to the idea of being childless, and I was totally unprepared for such a miracle. Why am I so scared, Matt? I wanted to let all my feelings out. What if I'm a bad mom? It's such a huge responsibility. What if I can't love my child? Of course you will. You'll see. Matt was over the moon. I couldn't believe I was going to be a mom very soon. It was so awesome to hear my baby's heartbeat. Joy began to replace fear. You're having a boy, Doc said. Baby clothes and toys filled our house. I thought every little thing through. I wanted to be ready to have my son. These pleasant chores made me so happy. Until, after another checkup, Doc put me in the hospital. You have to have an abortion, Doc said. Bone-chilling terror overtook me. Otherwise, you'll likely not survive childbirth. That's if you live till then. The tests show you've got diabetes, which caused kidney complications. You've got a week at most to make a decision, while your pregnancy can still be terminated. Good thing you haven't got used to the idea of being a mom yet. Matt uttered another word of comfort. I was grateful for his support, but he didn't understand what was going on inside me. He didn't realize I already loved my son. He didn't realize how strong this love was. But how could I ever make my beloved boy motherless? How could I just die and not take responsibility for his happiness? What will happen to him without me? I didn't know what to do, and the thought of losing my child was ripping me to pieces. It was the worst day of my life. Sarah, it's time for your procedure. The nurse's words cut me like a knife. When I left the hospital, I was overcome with emotions. Be strong. We'll get through this, Matt said. The important thing is you're all right now and you'll live. I'm not sure about that yet, I replied. Nobody gave me a choice, so I decided to give it to myself. I gave up the idea of getting rid of my baby. You've no idea how big a risk you're taking. There's almost no chance you'll survive until childbirth, let alone labor, the doctors shouted at me. Your son will be motherless. Is that what you want? My family didn't hide their outrage, and Matt quit calming me down. I don't want to be a widower. But I believed it'd be all right. Doctors can't always be right about everything. I mean, pregnancy was a miracle for them. Why shouldn't there be another miracle and a happy ending? I decided not to prove my case to everyone. I had to focus on preparing for my baby's birth. Parenting courses, childcare classes, buying everything you need. There were so many things to do. I wanted to be the perfect mom for my son. Delivery day was coming up. The closer it was, the more anxious my doctors and family got, and the colder Matt got. He was just tired of worrying. He left me alone with my decision and its consequences, and my health started to get worse. I was getting more and more scared. I really wanted to believe I was doing the right thing. But when it was time to go to the hospital, I felt unusually calm because I was gonna meet my son very soon. What could be more wonderful? The whole way, I imagined how happy our lives would be. I imagined how amazing it would be to hold him in my arms, how I'd see his first steps, hear his first words, how I'd take him to school, how proud I'd be at his graduation, how happy I'd be to meet his future wife. I even knew what toast I'd make at the wedding. I was sure I'd get along with my grandkids. Heck, I'd be their favorite Nana. I'd always pamper them. I wanted this to become real. Live up to it. Survive. Sarah, Doctor's anxious voice brought me back. The risk is still high. We'll try to save you both, but we may have to choose whether to save you or the baby. Those words are the last thing I recall from that day. Sarah, I'm sorry. I heard Matt's voice through my sleep. I was so stupid. I was just scared. It's okay. Don't worry. But what about... where's the... You're finally awake. I suddenly heard the nurse. I brought your son. Joy overwhelmed me. It was bliss to hold him in my arms. It was the happiest moment of my life. I knew for sure my baby would have everything now. First steps, school, graduation, wedding, kids. And through it all, whatever happens to me, I'll be there for him. I'll be his guardian angel because I chose life.